So this is going to be one of my first fully edited videos. I mean, maybe that there was like some other videos that I've done that have small amounts of edits, but I think this is going to be the one where there's a big boy video where I put in all the skills that I've thrown in. Now, the reason why I'm doing this, specifically putting more effort in this video as opposed to others, is because I was genuinely afraid that my live stream could have gotten a strike for streaming CNN directly. So rather than me having like done a live stream with no commentary and they're only talking in between commercial breaks, I decided to just do a no holds barred video where I grab specific clips of the 2024 presidential debate featuring Donald Trump and Joe Biden. I think I could potentially grab information that had been said and provide you direct proof of something happening versus not happening. And I think it would provide an overall better video. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed and you're watching this, subscribe now, right? I'm a really small YouTube channel and I'm trying to build up that first engagement audience. And so if you're going to find this entertaining, I think, go ahead and subscribe if you will. And without further ado, on with the video.
We're like a third world nation between weaponization of his election, trying to go after his political opponent, all of the things he's done. We've become like a third world nation, and it's a shame. The damage he's done to our country, and I'd love to ask him, and will, why he allowed millions of people to come in here from prisons, jails, and mental institutions to...
Can I ask, what the fuck is Trump talking about? Look, I'm gonna show you a little something about mandates, right? Who do you think was urging locking down the country? Do you think that happened under Biden? Who had the vaccine made? Who was it that had to deal with the initial lockdowns? And you know what? I'm gonna show you in case you don't remember. So you can see right here, it says that Donald Trump's tenure as the 45th president of the United States began with his inauguration on January 20th of 2017 and ended on January 20th, 2021. Okay, and so right here, we can take a look at the cdc.gov website. Just scroll down a little bit on this timeline here, and it says CDC reports the first laboratory-confirmed case of the 2019 novel coronavirus in the United States from samples taken on January 18 in the Washington state, and on the same day, it activates its Emergency Operations Center to respond to the emerging outbreak. And this here is the TrumpWhiteHouse.gov website, where it is operating, giving some new recommendations, right? Simple to follow, but have a resounding impact on public health. Listen and follow the directions of your state and local authorities. If you feel sick, stay home. Do not go to work. Contact your medical provider. If your children are sick, when is this dated for? March 16th of 2020. All right? Mind you, I'm not the kind of guy that just like argues that, I don't know, lockdowns are bad or something, or like, you know, that we shouldn't have had like a virus response. The point that I'm trying to make here is that I have no idea what planet Donald Trump is on. He's sitting here saying just so candidly in front of everybody that it was Biden that urged it when this happened under Trump's presidency. What the fuck are you talking about?
And if you look at this whole question that you're asking, complex but not really complex. 51 years ago, you had Roe v. Wade, and everybody wanted to get it back to the states. Everybody, without exception. Democrats, Republicans, liberals, conservatives, everybody wanted it back. Religious leaders. And what I did is I put 3 great Supreme Court justices on the court, and they happened to vote in favor of killing Roe v. Wade.
Everybody? Whoa. What? What? Maybe I'm the moron here. Let's check our sources here. Let's see. Majority of public disapproves of Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. 62% of Americans say abortion should be legal in all or most cases. Little change since before the court's decision. The Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade strong's more strong disapproval among Democrats and strong approval among Republicans. All right, so basically, unless if you're a freaking Republican, everyone doesn't want to fucking keep the overturning of Roe v. Wade, Donald Trump. What planet are you on?
For rape, incest, and the life of the mother. I think it's very important. Some people don't follow your heart, but you have to get elected also, and because that has to do with other things. You got to get elected. The problem they have is they're radical because they will take the life of a child in the 8th month.
This part is like, it's like butter for me. It's so good. It's so good. Just hearing it just kind of come out of his mouth. All right, for anybody who didn't get that, right? The context of that was regarding abortion. And then Donald Trump comes and just says out of nowhere, but you got to get elected also. So let me be clear, right? What Donald Trump just inadvertently admitted is he doesn't give a fuck about the life of the child. He doesn't give a crap about that. Right? But what he does give a crap about is getting elected. You got to get elected. You got to get elected also, right? So this whole idea that he's like he's in favor of trying to like get rid of abortions, it is not on the basis of some moral quandary. His basis is going to be off of how to get elected. That's what he's banking on, right? That is what he just admitted right in front of you.
There have been many young women murdered by the same people he allows to come across our border. We have a border that's the most dangerous place anywhere in the world, considered the most dangerous place anywhere in the world. And he opened it up, and these killers are coming into our country, and they are raping and killing women.
Comparing crime rates between undocumented immigrants, legal immigrants, and native-born U.S. citizens in Texas. So the study found that undocumented immigrants had substantially lower crime rates than native-born citizens and legal immigrants across from a range of felony offenses. Relative to undocumented immigrants, U.S.-born citizens are over 2 times more likely to be arrested for violent crimes, 2.5 times more likely to be arrested for drug crimes, and 4 times more likely to be arrested for property crimes. So stop saying the stupid thing. Stop it. You're saying the stupid thing again. It's stupid. You have no basis behind that. You're just being a racist piece of shit. You're saying the stupid thing. Anybody who sits there and says this stupid shit, say they commit less crimes than the documented population. All right? Stop it right there. Stop saying the dumb thing.
President Trump, staying on the topic of immigration, you've said that you're going to carry out, quote, the largest domestic deportation operation in American history, unquote. Does that mean that you will deport every undocumented immigrant in America, including those who have jobs, including those whose spouses are citizens, and including those who have lived here for decades? And if so, how will you do it?
Just 1 second. He said we killed 3 people. The people we killed are al-Baghdadi and Soleimani, the 2 greatest terrorists, biggest terrorists anywhere in the world. And it had a huge impact on everything, not just border, on everything.
Bro, I really wish he would have just answered the fucking question. Like, just answer the freaking question. He sat there and he says that he would deport these immigrants, right? And they're asking a very plain question. How are you gonna do that? What is that gonna look like, right? How do you make that not look like you're literally Gestapo trying to like pull people from like the Krakow ghetto or whatever? Figure that out. I don't know what you're gonna do, Donald Trump.
He was standing with his 4-star general, and he told me, he said, I don't want to go in there because they're a bunch of losers and suckers. My son was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're the sucker. You're the loser.
President Trump?
You know, I love this part. It's downright poetic, really, when you think about it, because it's like, you know what? Why don't we pull up the part where did he call him a sucker? So this one here is from Snopes to Trump calling fallen U.S. soldiers suckers and losers. If we look right here, Trump had rejected the idea of the visit because he feared his hair would become disheveled in the rain and because he did not believe it important to honor American war dead, according to 4 people with firsthand knowledge of the discussion in that day. And in a conversation with senior staff members on the morning of the scheduled visit, Trump said, "Why should I go to that cemetery? It's filled with losers."
Oh God, my hair, I can't, I've been getting all disheveled in the rain.
I mean, to be fair, right? He didn't say sucker. He just kind of said loser, which, and it was like in a different location. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is that the idea is there.
We are the biggest producer of support for Israel of anyone in the world. And so they're 2 different things. Hamas cannot be allowed to be continued. We continue to send our experts and our intelligence people as to how they can get Hamas like we did bin Laden. You don't have to do it. And by the way, they've been greatly weakened, Hamas, greatly weakened, and they should be. They should be eliminated. But you've got to be careful for using certain weapons among population centers.
I mean, it's obvious to me that, like, Biden is, like, really freaking old. Like, really, really old. And like, he's like barely functioning. Like, that's obvious in this whole debate. But at the end of the day, right, Biden just got done saying that, like, hey, we support Israel, but also we don't support the bad things that Israel is doing, which is kind of interesting in that aspect. Yeah.
Former President Trump, I want to ask you about January 6, 2021. After you rallied your supporters that day, some of them stormed the Capitol to stop the constitutionally mandated counting of electoral votes. As president, you swore an oath to, quote, preserve, protect, and defend, unquote, the Constitution. What do you say to voters who believe that you violated that oath through your actions and inaction on January 6th and worry that you'll do it again?
Well, I don't think too many believe that. And let me tell you about January 6th. On January 6th, we had a great border. Nobody coming through, very few. On January 6th,
Could you answer the fucking question? What's wrong with you?
and Nancy Pelosi, if you just watched the news from 2 days ago, on tape to her daughter, who's a documentary filmmaker, they say, but she's saying, oh, no, it's my responsibility. I was responsible for this because I offered her 10,000 soldiers or National Guard, and she turned them down. And the mayor in writing, by the way, the mayor in writing turned it down, the mayor of D.C. They turned it down. I offered 10,000 because...
Yeah, that makes sense. Why would you call the National Guard to effectively shoot a bunch of people and also, by the way, a bunch of your supporters? Also, did Nancy Pelosi even do that? Yep, just more stupid-ass freaking lies. Here we go. So Pelosi did not block the National Guard from the Capitol on January 6th from Associated Press. Fuck me.
All of the information. They should go to jail for that. If a Republican did that, they'd go to jail.
Thank you, President Trump. President Biden, I want to give you a minute.
The only person on this stage is a convicted felon is the man I'm looking at right now.
Bro, brutal.
The idea that I did anything wrong relative to what you're talking about is outrageous. It's simply a lie, number one. Number two, the idea that you have a right to seek retribution against any American just because you're president is wrong. It's simply wrong. No president's ever spoken like that before. No president in our history has spoken like that before.
Whoa, based and Constitution pilled. Based and Biden pilled? Coming in here saying no president's ever spoken? That's right. No president has spoken like that before. Call him out on it. I understand that Biden's old, but I'm going to tell you this right now. I would rather vote a dead dog over Donald Trump. I would pick, because do you know what happens when you vote in dead dog over Donald Trump? You don't have tweets at 3 o'clock in the morning threatening nuclear war. That's what you don't have.
For molesting a woman in public, for doing a whole range of things, of having sex with a porn star on the night while your wife was pregnant. I mean, What are you talking about? You have the morals of an alley cat.
I love that.
Could you ever think you heard any president say that I'm going to seek retribution? Do you ever hear any president say that I thought Hitler had some good ideas?
Did he ever say that? I feel like I would have heard about that if he said that. I mean, to be fair, right? I don't know if Trump said that. Let me look that up. I'm pretty sure Trump didn't say that, but somebody else related. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, so for sure he did not say that. You could see that when he's referring to that Adolf Hitler did a lot of good things, what they're actually referring to is the Charlottesville rioters, which were apparently he said that there were very fine people on both sides. So yeah, he just simply didn't say that. And mind you, just to be clear, like I'm definitely, like, obviously I'm not a fan of Donald Trump, but I don't even think you don't need to lie at all or like fabricate anything to really like to lambaste this dude, because it doesn't really take a whole lot, because the shit that he actually says is fucking bonkers.
The country are confronting the devastating effects of extreme heat, intensifying wildfires, stronger hurricanes, and rising sea levels. Former President Trump, you've vowed to end your opponent's climate initiatives, but will you take any action as president to slow the climate crisis?
Well, let me just go back to what he said about the police.
Answer the fucking question. What's wrong with you?
38 seconds left. President Trump, will you take any action as president to slow the climate crisis?
So I want absolutely immaculate clean water, and I want absolutely clean air, and we had it. We had H2O. We had the best numbers ever.
Guys, the way we're gonna get the best way of climate change is that we're just gonna get the best water, the best water here. It'll be the best thing ever.
How the fuck are there this many people voting for this moron? I don't understand. Are there still people that believe that climate change isn't real? Do they just pretend? What reading do they do? Do they just like ignore everything?
But everything that he said just now, I'll give you an example. I heard him say before insulin. I'm the one that got the insulin down for the seniors. I took care of the seniors. What he's doing is destroying all of our medical programs.
I'm almost 100% sure that it was Biden that got insulin down, not Donald Trump. I don't know what planet he's on, but let's find it. Let's look for it. And with the magical power of editing, we can just determine that Trump again is fucking lying. Again, straight from the White House Gov. President Biden's cap on the cost of insulin could benefit millions of Americans in all 50 states. It's in fact President Biden who did it. Biden did it. Okay? Stop lying.
I've never seen anybody lie like this guy. He lies. I've never seen it. He could look you in the face. About so many other things too.
What the fuck planet am I on? We're in make-believe land. What the fuck are you talking about?
He doesn't fire people. He never fired people. I've never seen him fire anybody. I did fire a lot. I fired Comey because he was no good. I fired a lot of the top people at the FBI, drained the swamp. They were no good.
How is firing a bunch of people a good thing? That's not an indicator for you being a good leader.
We have polling. We have other things that they rate him the worst because what he's done is so bad. And they rate me, I'll show you, I will show you. And they rate me one of the best, okay? And if I'm given another 4 years, I will be the best. I think I'll be the best. Nobody's ever created an economy like us. Nobody ever cut taxes like us.
Everything he says is a lie. Like literally everything. All right, let's look it up. So here we can just take a look at the GDP per capita in the United States. It's looking up. And if we look at, like, we can observe the S&P 500, which is an ETF that contains American companies and how they're doing. Again, it's higher than it ever has been. Higher than it ever has been. You can see here. And then we can look at the NASDAQ. And you can see again, it's the highest it's ever has been. Again, so like, little confused, Donald Trump, where you're getting your information from. Mind you, I'm not saying that there aren't people hurting out there right now in the United States. Obviously, inflation is up. Obviously, people are suffering right now from that. But it's throughout the fucking world. Okay? It's not just Biden. It's not just the United States. In fact, in terms of inflation numbers, while it did go up due to COVID, it has remained up mostly due to greedy companies. It has been relatively a small amount in comparison to other nations. I swear to God, I feel like that I am taking a dog and I'm shoving its face in just its own shit. I'm saying, look, straight from the fucking White House. Listen, look at it. Look. Do you see that? Right? Do you see that? Do you see that? That's the inflation. Okay? Yes, it is true that we dealt with a lot of inflation, but look, it's freaking down. It's down now. Okay? And not only is it down, it's lower than all of these other countries. So stop saying bullshit. Bad, Trump. Bad. You're bad. Look, it's good. Okay? Stop saying stupid crap.
Going to do to help Americans in the throes of addiction right now who are struggling to get the treatment they need?
Jake, we were doing very well at addiction until the COVID came along. We had the 2.5, almost 3 years of like nobody's ever had before.
Guys, listen, I was trying to help with the addiction, but COVID stopped me.
What is wrong with this fucking idiot?
Who he coddles up to, from Kim Jong-un, he sends love letters to, and Putin, etc. They don't want to screw around with us.
Bro, I remember first reading about the love letters when I picked up Bob Woodward's book. And bro, I thought Bob Woodward was just like, I don't know, being like partisan or whatever. Bro, you should look up the fucking love letters. You know what? Let's look it up. Your Excellency, Mr. President. The significant first meeting with Your Excellency in the joint statement that we signed together in Singapore 24 days ago was indeed the start of a meaningful journey. You can't make this shit up.
I took physical exams every year. And, you know, we knock on wood wherever we may have wood, that I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards.
How are you bragging about your golf record? Why? What's wrong with you?
President Biden?
You can see he is 6'5" and only 223 pounds, or 235 pounds. Well, you said 6'4", 200. Well, anyway, that's what you're. Anyway.
I remember Trump lying about his weight and his height. I'm trying to remember exactly what the exact metric were, but yeah, I mean, he did definitely lie about it. I'll pull it up. So you're going to tell me this dude, 6'3", 216 pounds? Bullshit. I don't believe you for a fucking second. Do you know why? All right, let's look at somebody who is 6'3" and 216 pounds. That's what 6'3", 216 pounds looks like. That's what 6'3", 216 pounds look like. Let's look at what Trump looks like. That's 6'3", 216 pounds. Are you done lost your fucking mind? You think it's 6'3", 216 pounds. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, maybe 6'3", 280 pounds. Mind you, I'm not shitting on Donald Trump for being fat or whatever, right? That's not my goal. I'm not here to fat shame him, but I'm just pointing out just how many lies this dude keeps on saying. Bro, Dead Dog 2024.
But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie. It's a 6 handicap of all.
I was at 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8. But I had, you know how many?
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Okay,
Let's
let's-
not act like children.
President Trump, we're going to
21
turn
Let's not act like children.
You
to
are
a
a child.
specific concern.
I can I just say just how out their fucking mind this is, how bonkers this is.
President Trump, as I come back to you for a follow-up, the question was, will you accept the results of this election, regardless of who wins?
Just to finish what he said, if I might, Russia.
Answer the fucking question, Donald Trump. Answer it.
Will you accept the results of the election, regardless of who wins? Yes or no, please.
If it's a fair and legal and good election, absolutely. I would have much rather accepted these, but the fraud and everything else was ridiculous.
I love how he could just like pull himself out of it, because like basically at that point he could just say that it's not a fair election. So he's basically just answering as if no, he's not going to accept it. I mean, he may as well just come out and say it.
He did. He's destroying our country. I would be very happy to be someplace else, in a nice location someplace.
Bro, I'll take you up on that, bro. Just are you saying that like the reason why you're running, like it's like this weird form of like Stockholm syndrome? Like what? I don't understand the logic there. Is just like
Well, I wouldn't go. But he's doing such a bad job.
I just gotta run.
You would not believe fireflies. It's lit.
You can't make this shit up, bro. You can't. Anyway, I hope y'all liked the video. I had fun making it, but it's generally not something I usually make because it's like a shit ton more effort to make it. But you know, I do debates live on Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You know, I'm really glad. I'm on Discord. You could see my name is First Amender. So yeah, you know, you guys want to talk or whatever, or if you want to debate, you know, that can happen for my Thursday streams. So thank y'all for tuning in. Have a great day.